LAX finds the camera again. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As per the Daily Mail, Harry's wife flies back to Britain, but only for a few minutes. She's pictured arriving at LAX airport as she flies to Germany via Heathrow for the Invictus Games. She has already arrived in Germany, more about that in due course, but prior to her departure, she was photographed arriving at LAX airport. The report states Harry's wife looked delighted as she jetted out of the United States to join her husband at the Invictus Games in Germany. But despite landing in London, she will not be stopping in Britain for long. As I've explained to you previously, the reason that she won't bother with the United Kingdom is twofold. At the moment, there is no event there for her to attend, so why would you? But moreover, it's because her narcissism still perceives that the press, the people, and the royal family are hostile to her, that they are too difficult to control directly, that there won't be the relevant rewards by engaging with people there, and therefore it's better for her to stay in control by having nothing to do with the country and its people and its press and its royal family. The Duchess of Sussex boarded a plane at Los Angeles to Heathrow, accompanied by a single bodyguard, who was spotted carrying some of her bags and clothing. It is her first transatlantic journey since flying to London for the Queen's funeral last September. Her trip means she will be with Harry for his 39th birthday on Friday. Note, of course, that she's able to fly to Germany, leave the children behind, but she couldn't be bothered to do that to come to the United Kingdom for the King's coronation. Reason being, again, the UK is perceived as hostile and would threaten her sense of control and would not provide further benefits, whereas going to Germany, her narcissism doesn't regard it as a hostile place and regards there being multiple benefits to obtain. Plenty of fuel to obtain from the competitors, the crowd, the German people, residual benefits, the opportunity to extend her facade, and possibly some merchandising also. In Dusseldorf, Harry watched a wheelchair basketball game between Team UK and Ukraine with his friend JJ Chalmers. He was seen in animated conversation with the former Marine who competed in the first Invictus Games in London in 2014. Chalmers suffered serious injuries during a bomb blast in 2011 while in the Royal Marines and based in Helmand. He lost 2 fingers and his right elbow disintegrated. Harry was also pictured speaking with his former programme coordinator, Beth Hurley, who in 2016 was hired as an events manager with the Royal Foundation. See parts passim with regard to her. After attending the indoor rowing, Harry is due to return to his hotel for the arrival of Harry's wife. Earlier, Harry was back out and about again and had a spring in his step as he made a surprise appearance at a marquee for competitors to mingle. Flanked by his bodyguard, he strode into the Team Respect tent and took off his sunglasses as he was introduced to a senior member of the German military. The Team Respect area allows competitors to relax away from the events, and Harry chatted to volunteers on stands where they can pick up Invictus Games souvenirs. The marquee is operated by the Bundeswehr, the German military, which organised the games. A big crowd of German soldiers waited in the heat for Harry's arrival. Harry's wife left Archie and Lilibet at home, and she was swept into LAX in a white luxury BMW hours after being spotted behind the wheel of a $140,000 black Range Rover grabbing a burger from In-N-Out. See parts passim. After arriving at the airport just before 6 p.m. local time, Harry's wife grinned as she got out of her limousine wearing $770 ivory Valentino mules, black baggy 3/4 length trousers, a V-neck long-sleeved top, and oversized $500 Celine sunglasses on her head while carrying a trademark hat. She was clutching a $2,650 Gaillard tote bag, while her solo bodyguard was lugging a rucksack and dark suit carrier that may have contained one of Harry's wife's dresses. And although I'm not in a position to put them up in this video as a consequence of my different working arrangements at the moment, take it from me that there are a variety of pictures of her, and she's seen there lapping up the attention as she strolls from the car, holding the sunglasses up above her head, hat in hand and bag, as she sachets across. And interestingly but unsurprisingly, she then ensures that she's staring straight down the camera lens. Of course, it's back grid. And once again, she's doing her pap walk as she goes to get on a plane. Yes, this amazing and talented woman who does such startling things as visit the dentist, go for a hike in the middle of the road, drive and buy a burger, now is seen exiting a car to get on a plane. There is no end to her abilities. Backgrid have been informed, the paps turn up, and of course she immediately spots them, because in the first picture she is looking straight at the camera. In the second, as she exits the car, her hand on the car door, she's looking straight at the camera, wearing her sunglasses. In another picture, she's looking over her shoulder, sunglasses lifted up, as if she's almost pointing towards the cameraman, again staring down the barrel of the lens. She just cannot help herself, notorious for her capacity for picking out cameras. She's at it again. Of course, she's able to do it because she's the one that has told them to be there, all part of the repeated grasping nature of this narcissist as she attempts to assert control over her readership and the world at large, and to draw fuel by way of people's responses. So long as people continue to want to see what she's doing, even though they don't like her, she will continue to appear in magazines and in newspapers. But it demonstrates the vacuous nature of this woman, that she deems in her world that it's fundamental that she be captured going and buying a burger, that she be captured walking from a car to an aeroplane. Why? Because she believes that she's the main character in everything that she does. She believes that she's singularly, hugely important, and these trivial aspects that lots and lots of people do, she has to ensure that it's recorded. She believes that she's hugely important. She has a bodyguard, she has a swanky car, she's getting on a plane. All these trappings of wealth translate in her mind to her being important, driven of course by her narcissism. But is she important? No. She's a D-list cable actress that shagged a ginger bloke who happened to be a prince, and then she gained worldwide infamy. She's had access to money also, but she has no special talent, no ability. There are plenty of other people who merit discussion and exposure. She doesn't. But it will continue because so many people like to dissect what she does, and they're wanting her to fail. Let's go below the line for a little while just to see what the flavour is from those reading the mail. Stuart69, still a Z-list actress who married a prince. She actually thinks she is still royalty. Get over yourself. Chris of Liverpool, so much for its hypocritical carbon footprint. Commentator, well, that will darken the mood for Harry. He'll be back to scowling again. And this picks up on a point that I made in a video yesterday, how Harry is actually happier when she is not around. All said, it's time that Harry's wife and her PR people realise that we are oversaturated with her endless inane attempts to be relevant. Personally, it's become so bad that just seeing her stupid face and Cheshire Cat grin smirk on my newsfeed causes me to almost shudder. We only comment because we feel so impotent at the constant exposure, and it's only our recourse, and it's our only recourse to retaliate in some form. Never in my life have I disliked a person I've never met. It's comparable to being forced to eat a food you hate at every meal. She should just stop and go away. Instead of achieving the result they want, it's causing us to despise her more. I wish she would just disappear forever, never to be heard of again. And I'm sure that sums up the sentiments of many other people. But here she is, ensuring that she is staring down that camera lens, and the act of just walking to a plane from a car is recorded because she believes herself to be so important, and that's driven by her narcissism. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.